Hi, I'm Joe. This is a review of the YeaSound RIC700 hearing aids. They are a behind-the-ear hearing aid with a soft dome in-the-ear receiver. They have a case that has a substantial battery and is rechargeable via USB-C. It also has a recharger that you can plug into USB and you can set it on your desk. If for that level of convenience, you just pop the case on that and it will recharge them. They have a claimed 31 hours of battery life in the devices themselves. I believe it's probably pretty close to that. I've never gotten near 31 hours. I have used them for 12 hours and they were well above 50% capacity at that particular point. So I imagine 31 hours is a likely amount. So into more detail of them. They have a substantial gain as far as sound goes. They have extremely strong high frequency gain. So if you use them in the default setting, which is a slope from very normal hearing, actually at the base levels, to a relatively high hearing loss at the high frequencies, the gain is very, very substantial. The default is too much for me. I tried them that way and I thought, wow, these are too loud. These are just, I hear every single noise. I felt like I had canine hearing. It suddenly, it was like I was hearing everything. From the other room, I could hear the refrigerator turn on and off. I mean, it was just that is how much gain they have. But they do have other settings. Never fear. The one setting is a flat setting as well. It's just straight across. It basically amplifies all sounds equally. And then there's a setting that I think is probably more typical. I think most people that are looking to get hearing aids, they can't hear people talk, so it's much stronger mid-frequency gain, and it ramps down the gain in the higher frequencies. And that matches pretty closely to hearing loss I have, and as I said, is a fairly typical hearing loss. When I adjusted them to that, the sound was pretty amazing. So that matched my hearing loss nicely. And again, there's those other two settings you can try as well. They have the ability to adjust bass, treble, and mid-range. You can bump them 4 dB up and down. They have a noise cancellation feature that just kills a lot of noise around you, which is very nice. They still operate as hearing aids. It's not like noise canceling headphones, but the noise, there's just that background drone of a fan or a car engine or people using a lawnmower outside or whatever. It substantially reduces that sound. It works extremely well. So well that I actually don't have it up anywhere near the highest level. I have it down more in the middle range, and that works very well for me. I use them at about 50%. I have very, very clearly moderate hearing loss. Some people said that I borderline more than that, but anyway, it depends on the test. But nonetheless, my hearing loss is substantial, and I am only at 50% of the volume there. They are still very clear. I've tried them louder where they were uncomfortable. I didn't like it at all. And the sound is still clear, although it was uncomfortable. It was too loud for me, but nonetheless, so if you have even more hearing loss than I do, you'll find that works. And then there's obviously the almost 50% lower that you can go down from there. And I've tried them lower. They still work. I put my headphones on and turned the volume up when I had them down, and the clarity is still there. There's pass-through sound that's important to all of us because you want the ambient sounds. You want all of those sounds to come that you can still hear. You want the amplification, but you still want to hear what's happening in nature and naturally around you and in a room and whatever. And these allow most of that sound to come through. Obviously, they can't let all of it because they do have the soft domes in your ears. Comfort, they're very comfortable. I found that I could wear them for 12 hours and you know, except for the fact that I could hear, which was not the case if I didn't have them on, I would not have known I was wearing hearing aids. They actually are that comfortable. They work with glasses. You can see I wear glasses. I wear glasses all the time when I'm up. These are fairly thin, and they don't interfere with them. They make a little bit of noise when I put them on and off, but you know, a little scratching sound against them is not bad. The one place that I found that they weren't as good is with the 360-degree sound. They sometimes couldn't quite place sound where it really was. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I do a click test. I take my fingernails and I click them around my head and listen to that. And placement of sound is actually pretty accurate with that click. As they pass in front of me, there's less accuracy of that sound detection of directly in front. So, like I said, the 360 isn't as good as some that I've had, but still, nonetheless, is above adequate. It's certainly acceptable. Watching TV, they work well. In restaurants, there's a feature in them that you can turn on for loud environments. There's also a feature that you can turn them on so they're listening to sound pretty much directly in front of you as opposed to 360. And I found that was convenient when I was sitting in a restaurant with my wife. Overall, I would recommend these. These are $600 hearing aids. So that's on the slightly higher end of OTC hearing aids in this category. But if you need something that's got gain, these have gain. These will really get you up there in hearing again. Another thing is they have a feature I haven't seen in other OTC hearing aids is the wire and receiver are replaceable with different size device as well, the shorter one and a longer one. And obviously the middle size is replaceable as well. I've seen them for about $45, which is nice because, you know, if something goes wrong, I mean, they're somewhat repairable and they can have pieces replaced. So anyway, subscribe to my channel. I've got more coming. There's apparently a couple of other releases of this that are going to be coming to me that I'll be reviewing as well and letting you know my thoughts on. So thanks a lot.